Let me be clear about where we stand. First of all, for the American press who are here, you know that a great deal of work.
Listen, let me sign this. And let me say this. Try that rubbish. And me, I will lead the youth to parliament.
Captain Smart.
I was so happy when I read that Pope Francis directed that no Reverend Father should celebrate over a gay or lesbian marriage.
Na comment na fe like videos no emayem abusha enche na beto odwa say US mampanyi na toso mienu aba Ghana say oba besra Ghana na wahwe ye mpom se na ye husite ye amamwo no se na ayekọ na we na oguso bo na probo no na omko hia baabi na questions ni answers kokoko so na question ba akọ so a ama bibibia ase ya na ase bibibia di ntrehe na obia ka na obia che na adwenche Ghana mampani ene o mampa US mampani a aba Ghana na amafo kasa bebre no obi bi say a question about sebi oba na ne bema na oba bema ne bema na mu ensensem ama mami vice president ene Ghana mampani ansai na say ene mo answers ne koy abusian ko video number.
Let me be clear about where we stand. First of all, for the American press who are here, you know that a great deal of work in my career has been to address human rights issues, equality issues across the board, including as it relates to the LGBT community. And I feel very strongly about the importance of supporting the freedom and supporting and fighting for equality among all people, and that all people be treated equally. I will also say that this is an issue that we consider, and I consider, to be a human rights issue, and that will not change.
Oh, yes. What's the name?
Kano Youngs of the New York Times.
Zolan. Ms. Young, so thank you for the question. First of all, we don't have any such legislation here in Ghana. A bill has been proposed to the Parliament of Ghana, which has all kinds of ramifications, which is now being considered by the Parliament. It hasn't been passed, so the statement that there is legislation in Ghana to that effect is not accurate. No legislation. The bill is going through the Parliament. It's going through the Parliament. The Attorney General has found it necessary to speak to the committee about it regarding the constitutionality or otherwise of several of its provisions, and the Parliament is dealing with it. At the end of the process, I will come in. But in the meantime, the Parliament is dealing with it. And I have no doubt that the Parliament of Ghana will show, as it's done in the past, first of all, its sensitivity to human rights issues, as well as to the feelings of our population, and will come out with a responsible response to the proposed. The legislation was a legislation that is being provided as a private member's bill. This is not an official legislation of the government, but it is one that has been mooted by a handful of private members. So we will see what the final outcome of it. But my understanding from a recent discussion I had with the chairman of the committee, the substantial elements of the bill have already been modified as a result of the intervention of the Attorney General. We will see what the final outcome.
Na omo answer question wie na to dwa ebeto apaso no na obi e ka bi no na won ana Captain Smart papa ye dwa ni ho wakasa ma ne ko ho ntini na obenya kra nka ye pie na Captain Smart say na Akuffo Addo afa ne na ye nsi ho agina ho ama ansa ne ye na so toto papa so na maame ne beka ne yo ka ko na sika na omode ba no oje ne sa na okwa odonyame eka ne moja ketekete kra wonu a ode be fight sa adefu wo ya maame ne pese Ghana fo omoji tum abusa ye nkone nkone Captain Smart the reaction emra
Besiano Nana Addo wo pa ko Na kwaji gay for sika. What is sika ne beba? You can't achieve anything.
Captain Smart. Oja.
And let me say this. Let's no MP. And this one, we will match the youth to parliament. And we will deal with every goddamn MP. Let's say, this stupidity. I swear on the last drop of my blood. And then come back, boom, to
Captain Smart.
we will match the youth to parliament. And we will deal with all of you. Trust my words this morning. Listen, let me sign this. And let me say this. Try that rubbish. And me, I will lead the youth to parliament.
Captain Smart. The king
And then get your
morning
bullets
show.
ready. I am willing to die for this country. Mujare. Listen, America need culture. America only tradition. They have destroyed their country. They are aware. And you see, strategically, America ain't ready to go down alone. They are not prepared to go down alone. If indeed God exists and God will punish rubbishness, America is not prepared to face the wrath of God alone. They want Ghana to join. And you, this MPs, hey, la ilaha illallah, bismillahir rahmanir rahim. You will believe me in this country. Me come be me come in and everyone so from
Captain Smart. The king of morning show.
Come over, Pomus, Pamoya Mama. Munji Trumu, Bama di Bama to, and Tumo Kroma. Who was a captain while bought Damampa?
He is smart. He is unique.
Try that nonsense.
I will share Captain Smart Rien and check and Ghana Speaker of Parliament so by honestly didn't ask him to just say Pope say Roma sofu biela moja wonu mu no nsuo ne sabio okoya ne so bie ni kwa owo se ohyira ba ne ba ware so anase bema ne bema aware so wo Roma so den se Pope akasa wia and the case die no so otiasi pa de Sadian enkoso ne enkoso ochina e wo Ghana ebia na wonya papa ne video ni bia hwe na se wonya nya bi hwe a Misjoan me di bi chiro abusi enko ne ko video ni mba.
I was so happy when I read that Pope Francis directed that no Reverend Father should celebrate over a gay or lesbian marriage. And I said, Roma locuta complete, causa finita. Yes, Rome has spoken, and the matter is ended. So please, committee members that will refer the bill to, we want the report. Don't be intimidated by any person. I made this statement when I was a member of the European Parliament, European ACP Parliament in Brussels. Now we have two of our members who happen to be leading our committee, Constitutional, Legal and Parliamentary Affairs, who are handling the bill. And since we referred it to them up to date, we have not heard anything. I've reminded him many times on the floor of the House. What are the challenges you are meeting? Report to us. If you take action against them, say, oh, because I'm MPP. That's why he's taking action against me. I'm NDC. Because he's taking action against me. Because he's not in my party. That kind of division, that is not the purpose of politics. Politics is meant to unite us. Diversity is natural. There's nothing you can do about it. That is creation. And that is the spice of life. How come we are using that to divide ourselves? Please, let the report flow. We need to legislate. Our friends just passed their law in Uganda. We may not go the way they have gone because our constitution is very clear as to the direction we should move. And so we'll be guided by that. Because if we pass any law against the constitution, it's unconstitutional. So we have to do that. And so what are you afraid of? If you have the whole people behind you, if God is with you, who can be against you? And if God says, please go into the wilderness, multiply and fill the world. That is God giving you that command. If somebody says, please don't multiply, how can that person be strong? I don't only speak this way in Ghana. Even at the last meeting we attended in IPU at Bahrain, anybody who listened to my speech, there were sentences on this matter. Luckily, maybe because it's a Muslim country, they applauded me. If they're somewhere else, they will be asking questions. As the vice president just did, is it yesterday? I mean, these things should not be tolerated. That is undemocratic. What is democracy? That somebody else will have to dictate to me as to what is good and what is bad? Unheard of. Because we have decided to devalue ourselves and go a-begging. Come on. We have more than enough. God has created more than enough for every person. It's just because you are looking at somebody else's share, not yours. We have enough in the world. The bill will be passed. This is the word to His Excellency the President. There is no way he can intervene. That answer he gave. That is now before Parliament. And when he gets to a stage that he will come, hey, please. This is legislation. This is not execution. Wait until we pass it and then we direct you to execute it. That is when you come in. That is why we are representatives of the people. So in terms of law, which is part of policy, we finalize it. And then the executive now have the authority to implement it, to execute it. Let's get this clear. Once this bill is before here, he is not in charge. I am in charge. I hope the U.S. Vice President is not yet gone, but she will read from me.
Na niempanyufo yi ebeka ye no na nsam ne de bebre wo so fa wadwenkyere fato ase wo se Ghana ye gi sansem fun wetuma se ni kwan se ye gi tumsu a fa wadwenkyere fato ase wo abusha me kwaso abo nkai se new life product bebre a ebo nipadua na kwa anyinala bibibia e ha wo nipaduam so yare se wo nyare bibibia wo pebia no ubetimi enya bi wo new life so skin wunya problem wo skin so utimi ebubu bibibia la bowra new life ma o body enkasa ma wo abusia na video e hanam do besie so don't follow the don ya ye besen ehia edi ameje so a Misjoan na so hia na afem madam ahintasem meje so darling